Good afternoon, everyone. This is my presentation on nursery rhymes and their hidden meanings. It's by me, Myah Jones, and that's a picture of me. So, nursery rhymes are, by definition, a simple traditional song or poem for children, which is true, but they are also a way to talk about and reference dark concepts without sharing them out loud. Because at dark time, people don't really want you talking about what's going on. So to kind of reference it without saying it exactly, people came up with nursery rhymes. Some of the most common nursery rhymes include Baba Black Sheep, Jack and Jill, and Ring Around the Rosie. I have featured all three of these in a book that I made for the product portion of my presentation. Baba Black Sheep refers to poverty in England. Jack and Jill refers to an orphan child. Ring Around the Rosie refers to the Black Plague. If you've ever sung any of these songs, then you've actually been singing about much darker meanings, maybe without even realizing it. So this is the book that I made that I mentioned earlier. It's meant to be a bit messy to fit the theme of the dark nursery rhymes. And in a little while, I'll pass it around so you guys will all get to see it. My materials. So materials that I had already were just a pencil, a multicolored pen, an eraser, which is actually a pencil sharpener, and then this is the high polymer eraser that I used. And what was provided by Ms. Hanson's was the empty book that I could fill in to put all of my information in there and my illustrations, and just a color pencil. My preferred form of art is graphite. It's a lot easier to shade, and I won't have to worry about picking colors that look cohesive together and kind of worrying about a color palette. Also, graphite was the first form, or the first medium that I used to create art, so I'm really comfortable with it. In my book, I've covered 4 nursery rhymes. On one page, you'll find the actual nursery rhyme and an illustration representing how it's presented to children. On the next page, you'll find information on the true meaning and another illustration that represents the hidden origin. So the reason that I wanted to make this book and do this project all together was because of my family. That is my stepdad, my mom, my little sister Luna, my little sister Eva, my little brother Jacob, and that's me. I sang nursery rhymes to my siblings because we had a collection of books in our playroom. And I realized that they kind of didn't make sense with real objects so I wanted to know what they were talking about. Okay. So the first nursery rhyme that I featured in my book was Baba Black Sheep, and it's about a medieval wool tax that was passed in England by King Henry VIII, I think. And it said that if a farmer were to sell a bag of wool, then the profit that he made would have to be split 3 ways: 1/3 to the church, 1/3 to the king himself, and 1/3 to his family. And it says in the nursery rhyme, it says, and that's 3 bags full. So 1 for the master, which is the farmer, 1 for the dame, 1 for the little boy who lives in the lane. But actually, the original lyric said none for the little boy down the lane, which signifies that after the church and the king had taken their share of the profit, that there was not a lot of money left for the family. The second nursery rhyme that I featured was, I think, Mistress Mary Quite Contrary, and it's about Bloody Mary, which was the daughter of, I think, King Henry VIII. I'm not exactly sure what number he is, but she would torture Protestants because she wanted to restore the Catholic faith to the throne. So anyone who was against her views, she would torture them. And pretty maids in a row signifies the fact that all the maids and the servants and the staff that she had in her castle said nothing and didn't mention at all how she was torturing these people. And she actually used very gruesome methods, and silver bells and cockle shells are nicknames for the tools that she used. I think after Mistress Mary, I have, I think it's Ring Around the Rosie, and that refers to the Black Plague. So the lyrics Ring Around the Rosie is a lot easier to find the origin from because the lyrics kind of link up directly to the meaning. So Pocket Full of Posies refers to the herbs that people kept in their pockets or just on their persons because they thought it warded off the disease. Ring Around the Rosie, Pocket Full of Posies. And then the ashes is the cremation. A lot of people say ashes, we all fall down, but it's also another form can say atishu, which refers to sneezing. So ashes, we all fall down, or atishu means that as soon as someone starts sneezing or coughing, then they would die shortly after. And then after that, I think the last one I have is Jack and Jill. So Jack and Jill went up the hill. So Jack and Jill were a happy couple basically, and I think it was a town in, I forget which country. I think it's a European country though. But they both went up the hill, and Jack, I'm trying to remember what happened. I think Jack had an accident and he ended up dying, and then the wife was heartbroken, so then she died as well, and that left the child by himself to be kind of raised by his village.